1034. Chapter 1034. Adding some spice to the task. Lin Moyu did not advance towards the interior of the star system, but instead circled around it, clearing out the strange creatures in the asteroid belt. He had made up his mind to clear out all the strange creatures in the entire star system, naturally starting from the outermost asteroid belt. Gu Qingxian followed behind Lin Moyu with a stiff expression. She didn't need to do anything, yet the number of law beads in her hand kept increasing, and in the blink of an eye, she already had hundreds. If this continued, the task would be completed in less than 2 days. Gu Qingxian had never thought that this task could be so easy. Originally, she had thought she would have to go through numerous battles and endure countless hardships to complete the task. But now it was completely different. She seemed to have become Lin Moyu's little follower, only needing to help Lin Moyu collect the spoils of war. The spirit stone extinguished without her noticing, but it did not affect Lin Moyu's continued clearing. Under the gaze of the Eye of the Undead, the strange creatures had nowhere to hide. Soul attacks came wave after wave, and wherever they passed, the strange creatures were quickly annihilated. Lin Moyu noticed Gu Qingxuan's expression.
What's wrong?
Gu Qingxuan's mood was extremely complicated, her eyes reflecting the same, with a hint of resentment.
Since I reached the super god realm and took on my first task, I never thought a task could be this easy. Isn't it good to be easy?
Lin Moyu asked curiously. Gu Qingxian shook her head.
It's not that it's bad, it's just too easy. I'm afraid I'll become lax.
Her goal was the Divine City, and she had never relaxed since she started cultivating. She could say she had been pushing herself relentlessly. Lin Moyu could see that she, like himself, had never dared to relax even once. But this was really exhausting. Lin Moyu thought of the time in the small world when he took Ning Yi to grind levels. Ning Yi's relaxed appearance, sitting on a rock and swinging her little feet, was really nice. Lin Moyu said,
Do you want me to let a strange creature go so you can fight it?
Gu Qingxian glared at Lin Moyu.
That's not what I meant.
Lin Moyu naturally understood.
Don't push yourself too hard. Sometimes you need to relax. The path of cultivation requires a balance of tension and relaxation. I'm sure your master has told you this.
Gu Qingxian nodded.
My master did say something similar.
Lin Moyu shrugged.
Since that's the case, learn to relax a bit. Leave this task to me. But
Gu Qingxian wanted to say something, but suddenly saw Lin Moyu turn his head towards the starry sky. Gu Qingxian followed his gaze and her face changed dramatically. She saw a person flying towards them in a sorry state, with at least 100 strange creatures behind him. The strange creatures moved quickly, constantly performing teleportation-like maneuvers, attacking him repeatedly. When he saw Lin Moyu and Gu Qingxian, he shouted,
Help me!
Before he finished speaking, a large number of strange creatures appeared around him. The strange creatures surrounded him tightly. The laws roared, and a law domain unfolded. Although he was surrounded, he continued to fight back frantically. Finally, he carved out a bloody path, but he was already covered in wounds. Although the strange creatures' attack power was not strong, their sheer numbers could still kill a person. Gu Qingxuan's eyelids twitched, and her face turned pale.
What should we do?
Lin Moyu understood her meaning, whether to save him or not. Without hesitation, Lin Moyu took action. The Eye of the Undead turned sharply, looking towards the man's position. Against strange creatures, the Eye of the Undead was a powerful weapon. Under its gaze, the strange creatures exploded one after another. In an instant, the 100 strange creatures turned into 100 law beads, with none surviving. The man escaped death, his eyes still filled with terror, and he came to Lin Moyu and Gu Qingxian, bowing.
Thank you, junior brother and junior sister, for saving me.
His name was Jiyu, a 4th-tier true god. Calling them junior brother and junior sister was not inappropriate. Gu Qingxian asked,
Senior brother Ji, how did you get surrounded by strange creatures?
Ji-Yu's eyes revealed a trace of sadness.
My companion and I encountered a fifth-tier true god strange creature. While fighting it, it summoned many strange creatures.
Lin Moyu was slightly taken aback.
Strange creatures can summon reinforcements?
Ji-Yu said.
I didn't know either, but it really did. A large number of strange creatures scattered my companion and me. I fled all the way here, chased by the strange creatures. Fortunately, I met junior brother Lin and junior sister Gu, otherwise, I wouldn't have escaped.
In fact, they were not far from the edge of the star system. As long as they crossed the asteroid belt, they could escape. The strange creatures would not leave the star system, so Ji-Yu's words were somewhat exaggerated. Lin Moyu could see that although he looked heavily injured, they were all superficial wounds and not serious. As long as the soul was not damaged, it was not a big deal for a cultivator. Lin Moyu asked,
Where is your companion?
Ji-Yu said,
She attracted most of the strange creatures, including the fifth-tier true god strange creature, to save me. I'm afraid she is in grave danger.
As he spoke, tears glistened in Ji-Yu's eyes, showing his sadness. But to Lin Moyu it seemed somewhat fake, as if Ji-Yu was acting. Clearly, things were not as simple as he said. Ji-Yu said to them,
Junior brother Lin, junior sister Gu, can you help me find my companion? Maybe there's still hope. All right.
Lin Moyu agreed immediately. As he spoke, Lin Moyu gave Gu Qingxian a look, signaling her to follow him. Gu Qingxian understood.
All right, let's go find her. Maybe we can still save her.
Ji-Yu quickly said,
I'll lead the way.
Lin Moyu nodded.
Okay.
Before setting off, Ji-Yu glanced at the eye of the undead in the sky. Just now, this thing had wiped out 100 strange creatures in an instant. This thing seemed very powerful. He glanced at Lin Moyu.
I wonder if this is a spell or some kind of treasure. It's really strong. If it's a treasure, if only it could be mine.
Ji-Yu thought to himself, and his aura fluctuated slightly. The three of them flew towards the interior of the star system, with Ji-Yu leading the way along the path he had come. Even if he didn't lead the way, Lin Moyu could find the right direction. In this chaotic and broken star system, Ji-Yu had left a clear trail of law energy as he fled. As long as they followed this trail, they wouldn't go wrong. Lin Moyu transmitted a message to Gu Qingxian.
Senior sister Gu, stay behind me. I feel something is off with this guy.
Gu Qingxian responded, also transmitting a message.
How did you notice, junior brother Lin?
Lin Moyu said softly.
First, he actually changed direction earlier. From the direction he came, there was a closer escape route, but he came towards us. Second, his eyes flickered when he spoke, clearly hiding something. Also, he only has superficial wounds, nothing serious.
Lin Moyu pointed out several things that Gu Qingxian hadn't noticed. Gu Qingxian had only felt that Ji-Yu seemed suspicious, not as detailed as Lin Moyu. Gu Qingxian asked,
Since that's the case, why did you agree to help him, junior brother Lin? I want to see what he's up to, adding some spice to the task.
1035 Chapter 1035 Corpses can talk, the dead are not safe. Lin Moyu's words amused Gu Qingxian. What did he mean by adding some spice to the task? But thinking about it, it made sense. This task was too easy for Lin Moyu. Not only did Gu Qingxian herself not have to lift a finger, but even Lin Moyu barely had to do anything. It was just that giant eye which crushed the strange creatures like cutting tofu. Even the hundreds of strange creatures that had been chasing Ji-Yu were instantly obliterated. Along the way, they did not encounter any more strange creatures. After flying millions of kilometers, they finally reached their destination. The chaotic aura inside the star system was even more severe than outside, with obsessions appearing everywhere. Obsession was not a strange creature, but it would still launch attacks. Anyone entering their territory would be seen as an intruder. Here, two corpses floated in the void. One male and one female. The corpses were covered in wounds, with chaotic law energy emanating from the injuries, clearly killed by strange creatures. Lin Moyu had already seen the corpses and was very sure that these two were indeed killed by strange creatures. Moreover, the time of death for the two corpses was vastly different. The male corpse had been dead for a long time, probably several months. The female corpse had died recently, within the last day. Seeing the corpses, Ji Yu's eyes immediately filled with deep sorrow. He flew over to the corpses, trembling all over, and cried out in grief,
Junior sister she, junior sister she.
He sounded extremely sorrowful, genuinely heartbroken, but Lin Moyu always felt that he was acting and overacting at that. Lin Moyu glanced around.
There are no strange creatures here. How did you encounter them, and why are there two corpses?
Ji Yu wiped his tears.
I don't know who the other corpse is. It was already here when we arrived. We humans believe in returning to our roots, so junior sister she and I thought of taking him back. But when we got close, a fifth-tier true god strange creature suddenly appeared. Junior sister she and I fought it, but it suddenly summoned many strange creatures. Junior sister she covered for me.
At this point, Ji Yu started crying again, looking very sorrowful. Lin Moyu and Gu Qingxian exchanged a glance, both showing a hint of disbelief. Gu Qingxian also felt something was off. Ji Yu's crying seemed fake. Although there were tears, it didn't seem like genuine sorrow. Many of his actions were deliberate, full of pretense. Lin Moyu's eyes moved slightly.
The situation must have been very dangerous at that time.
You nodded.
Extremely dangerous. There were too many strange creatures, and they were too fast. They almost instantly scattered us.
Lin Moyu sighed.
You and your junior sister she must have been very close.
You nodded vigorously.
Junior sister she and I had agreed to become Dao companions. We were the most important people to each other, willing to give our lives for one another.
Lin Moyu sighed again.
Lovers who can't stay together, it's truly painful. At the last moment of parting, there wasn't even time for an apology. It's really tragic.
As if to match Lin Moyu's words, Ji Yu's sobbing grew heavier. Gu Qingxian looked at Lin Moyu curiously, not understanding why he said that. But she didn't say anything. Since Lin Moyu said it, he must have his reasons. At this moment, Ji Yu looked at the other corpse in the distance.
It's all because of him. If we hadn't wanted to take him back, junior sister she and I wouldn't have ended up like this.
Gu Qingxian also looked at the other male corpse. From the surface, there didn't seem to be any problem. Lin Moyu glanced at it and then looked away.
You and your junior sister she didn't even have time for a final farewell. Such a thing is too tragic. You must have a lot to say to her, and she must have a lot to say to you.
Ji Yu, with tears in his eyes, said,
What's the use of saying this now? Of course, I have a lot to say, but no matter how much I say now, junior sister she can't hear it.
Lin Moyu smiled slightly.
It's okay, I'll give you the chance for a final farewell.
As he spoke, Lin Moyu flicked his finger, and a ball of flame flew out, landing on junior sister she's corpse. The flames roared, quickly enveloping the corpse. Stellar level spell, Resurrection of the Dead. Resurrection of the Dead, fusion degree 110% using a corpse or soul as a medium, revive the target for a certain period. The resurrected will have the peak strength of their lifetime, retain their memories, and receive spell and talent bonuses. The master has absolute control over the resurrected, able to manipulate their thoughts and actions at will. The maximum existence time of the resurrected is determined by the master's soul level. Ji Yu turned his head sharply to look at Lin Moyu, shouting angrily,
What are you doing?
Gu Qingxian was even more puzzled at this moment, not understanding what Lin Moyu was doing. Lin Moyu smiled.
Giving you a chance to pour out your heart.
At this moment, Gu Qingxian also realized something was wrong. The flame Lin Moyu flicked out was not an ordinary flame. The silver-white flame had no temperature. Instead, it made the air colder, more chilling. Accompanied by the cold, The silver-white flame rapidly disappeared, all drilling into the corpse. Junior sister Shi's corpse suddenly opened her eyes, staring straight at Jiyu. In her eyes, Lin Moyu saw hatred.
Jiyu.
Junior sister Shi spat out two words, filled with hatred. It was nothing like what Jiyu had said, that the two were deeply in love, willing to die for each other. Jiyu took several steps back in shock, screaming,
"What's going on? What's going on?"
Lin Moyu still smiled.
"Didn't I say, giving you a chance to pour out your heart? Say what you want, don't mind me."
Whoosh! A cold light flashed, and a sharp sword appeared in junior sister Shi's hand. Immediately, a law domain appeared, covering 100 miles. Lin Moyu pulled Gu Qingxian back quickly, distancing themselves from the trouble. In junior sister Shi's law domain, fierce flames burned, lighting up the sky. Wherever the law domain reached, the starry sky turned into lava, and the flames began to burn Jiyu. Jiyu screamed, also raising his law domain, shouting,
"Junior sister Shi, listen to me, listen to me."
Junior sister Shi clearly had no intention of listening, attacking without a word. Jiyu was beaten into a sorry state, extremely embarrassed. Gu Qingxian asked softly,
"What's going on? Wasn't she dead?"
Lin Moyu said,
"I have a spell that can temporarily bring the dead back to life, but the time is limited."
Gu Qingxuan's eyes lit up.
"Such a magical spell exists?"
Lin Moyu nodded.
"Don't you think this junior sister, she looks a bit like that person?"
Gu Qingxian looked at the other corpse and indeed found some resemblance to junior sister Shi. Gu Qingxuan's mind worked quickly.
"You mean they are relatives?"
Lin Moyu smiled slightly.
"Just ask and you'll know."
As he spoke, another ball of silver-white flame flew out, landing on the corpse. Gu Qingxian was surprised.
"Can you revive someone who has been dead for so long?" "Yes."
It didn't matter how long they had been dead, even if it was thousands or tens of thousands of years, or even if only remains were left, they could be revived. In the flames, the corpse opened its eyes, seeing junior sister Shi and Jiyu.
Shaoyin.
1036. Chapter 1036. The whole story, Law Divine Flower. The man's voice was full of gentleness. Lin.
Brother.
Junior sister Shi immediately responded, looking at the man with a face full of joy. At this moment, flames soared into the sky, and Jiyu flew out from the fire. Seeing the man, Jiyu let out a strange cry and fled desperately into the distance. The man snorted coldly, his voice filled with anger.
"Jiyu, prepare to die."
The man instantly chased after him, his speed much faster than Jiyu's. The aura of a fifth-tier true god was fully displayed. Lin Moyu knew that if the man was a fifth-tier true god before his death, after being resurrected, he would be even stronger. With the addition of spells and talents, the man's real combat power had definitely reached the sixth tier of true gods. Junior sister Shi was the same. Her real combat power was probably at the fifth tier of true gods. So just now, she could suppress Jiyu, who was at the fourth tier of true gods, beating him without any chance to fight back. The man chased after him, and junior sister Shi followed, and a great battle broke out in the starry sky. Gu Qingxian muttered,
"They really are siblings, but what exactly is going on?"
Lin Moyu looked at the starry sky.
"Don't worry, we'll find out soon." "Find out?"
Gu Qingxian was a bit confused. Lin Moyu did not answer but looked at something in the starry sky. Not far from the man's corpse, less than 1,000 kilometers away, there was a huge fragment of a star. The fragment was semicircular, with a diameter of over 5,000 kilometers. It should be a huge fragment left after a star shattered. Lin Moyu felt an unusual aura from this fragment. He was not in a hurry. Perhaps he would soon know the reason. Sure enough, after just a moment, the battle in the starry sky ended, and the siblings flew back from the starry sky. In their hands, they were carrying a corpse, Jiyu's corpse.
"Shi Cheng, Xiyin, greet the master."
The two of them saluted Lin Moyu simultaneously. The brother was called Shi Cheng, a 5th-tier true god. The sister was called Shi Yin, a 4th-tier true god. Gu Qingxian was once again surprised.
Why are they calling you master?
Lin Moyu said,
It's also because of the spell. Although my spell can temporarily resurrect others, the resurrected will become my subordinates, but only temporarily. When the time is up, the resurrected will turn to ashes.
Gu Qingxian asked,
How long can the resurrection last? With my current strength, it can last about 50 days.
As Lin Moyu's strength increased, the time the resurrected could exist became longer and longer, now reaching 50 days. During these 50 days, the resurrected would have stronger combat power than their peak period in life. Unfortunately, they could not exist forever. Otherwise, Lin Moyu would find a way to get the remains of a strong person, even a strand of hair, to become his trump card. Lin Moyu looked at the siblings.
You can go now.
The siblings glanced at each other and respectfully knelt before Lin Moyu.
Thank you, master.
After saying this, they got up and left. Gu Qingxian curiously asked,
Don't you want to find out the truth?
Lin Moyu pointed at Ji Yu's corpse.
Just ask him.
A ball of flame shot out, and Ji Yu was resurrected in the fire. The wounds on his body quickly disappeared, returning to their original state. When he opened his eyes and saw Lin Moyu, he respectfully knelt before him.
Ji Yu greets the master.
Lin Moyu nodded.
Explain the whole story, don't leave out any details. Yes, master.
After becoming a resurrected, Ji Yu would obey Lin Moyu's orders without any resistance. Soon, Ji Yu explained everything clearly. A few months ago, he and Shi Cheng came here to carry out the task of clearing out strange creatures. They accidentally discovered a star fragment, and in the fragment, a Law Divine flower was growing. However, the Law Divine flower was guarded by strange creatures, and there were quite a few of them. Among them were several 5th-tier true god strange creatures. The two of them provoked the strange creatures and were surrounded. Ji Yu betrayed Shi Cheng and escaped. Shi Cheng was trapped and killed there, but before he died, he also killed many strange creatures. This gave Ji Yu hope. So in the following months, Ji Yu kept going back to the star fragment to test and killed many strange creatures. But he was still far from obtaining the Law Divine flower. Ji Yu did not dare to make too much noise and always acted very cautiously. Later, Shi Yin found him and asked about her brother Shi Cheng's whereabouts. Ji Yu simply brought Shi Yin here and then plotted to kill her. However, Shi Yin did not die in vain. When Ji Yu was about to escape, Shi Yin damaged his flying device. Without the flying device, Ji Yu was chased by strange creatures all the way until he met Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu's decisive and straightforward method of killing the strange creatures made him have an idea. He wanted to use Lin Moyu to kill the strange creatures on the star fragment and obtain the Law Divine flower. The whole story was just like that. Because the deaths of Shi Cheng and Shi Yin were not directly caused by Ji Yu, even the Human Emperor Network could not hold him accountable. Gu Qingxian couldn't help but curse.
Shameless, despicable.
Lin Moyu waved his hand.
You can go now, go see your Law Divine flower.
Following Lin Moyu's order, Ji Yu turned and rushed towards the star fragment with the Law Divine flower without hesitation. It was the star fragment that Lin Moyu had felt was unusual earlier. As Ji Yu rushed into the star fragment, a huge aura rose from it. Gu Qingxuan's face changed slightly.
There are at least 1,000 strange creatures.
Lin Moyu smiled.
A place that can give birth to a Law Divine flower will naturally attract a large number of strange creatures.
The Law Divine flower is a very magical flower. It is not a real flower but a flower formed by laws. It can be regarded as the manifestation of laws, extremely precious. Using it to comprehend laws is even better than the effect of a law star. Of course, it is very rare and extremely hard to find. Unexpectedly, Ji Yu found one here. However, even Ji Yu did not know what kind of law the Law Divine flower in the star fragment contained. There are many types of Law Divine flowers, and the value of Law Divine flowers containing different laws varies greatly. If there is a law divine flower containing a first-tier law, its value would be immeasurable. Such a flower has only appeared in legends and has never been seen in reality. After Ji rushed into the star fragment, his aura disappeared in just 10 minutes. Lin Moyu said lightly,
Ji is dead. The strange creatures in the star fragment are stronger than expected, and there are many of them.
After becoming a resurrected, Ji combat power definitely exceeded the 4th tier of true gods, at least at the 5th tier of true gods. Even so, he died so quickly, which shows that the star fragment is very dangerous. Gu Qingxian worriedly asked,
What should we do? Should we go back first? I can go find my master.
Lin Moyu chuckled.
Numbers mean nothing to me.
Gu Qingxian did not understand what Lin Moyu meant, but the next moment, she was stunned. Countless skeletons appeared beside Lin Moyu, like an army, rushing towards the star fragment. The undead army appeared with a grand momentum. No matter how many strange creatures there were in the star fragment, could they be more than the undead army? Lin Moyu only dispatched an army of 100,000 undead, which was enough to sweep through the star fragment. 1037. Chapter 1037. Gaining insights just by walking so annoying. Gu Qingxian watched as the army of 100,000 undead charged aggressively into the shattered star. An astonishing aura rose within the shattered star, instantly pushing the battle into a white-hot stage.
Let's go and take a look.
Lin Moyu flew forward, but Gu Qingxian didn't move a step. It took her a full 2 seconds to react, and she hurriedly followed.
Are all these skeletons your spell?
Lin Moyu replied,
Yes, they are all my spells. How can you summon so many skeletons, and each one is so powerful? Not bad, this is just a part of them.
Lin Moyu's words shocked Gu Qingxian again. This was just a part, meaning Lin Moyu could summon even more. She had no idea that this was just a very small part. Skeleton god warriors, skeleton god mages, and skeleton soul archers could each be summoned in quantities of 1 million, with each having the combat power of a 5th tier true god. Lich generals and death knights could each be summoned in quantities of 500,000, and bone dragons in quantities of 200,000. Among them, death knights and bone dragons had the strength of 6th tier true gods. The bone dragons were even more powerful, reaching the peak of the 6th tier true gods. This kind of combat power was enough to sweep through the star system. If they encountered stronger enemies, they could abandon these basic undead armies and use fusion spells instead. They could summon 100,000 Death Dragon Knights and 1 million Skeleton God Generals. Death Dragon Knights could rival 7th tier true gods, and Skeleton God Generals could rival 8th tier true gods. Lin Moyu was very clear about his own strength, basically invincible in the true god realm. Unless he encountered a peak true god, he could walk unchallenged in the true god realm. In addition, he could summon 10 elemental liches and millions of resurrected undead. However, there were still limitations. Elemental liches required top-quality materials, which Lin Moyu had not yet found. He was not interested in some super god-level materials. Even if he fed the elemental liches, their role would be limited. As for resurrected undead, they required a large number of corpses and could only be used occasionally. Gu Qingxian found that she completely couldn't understand Lin Moyu. This genius she had brought in was excessively talented. The shocks he brought her along the way were more than she had experienced in her entire life. Gu Qingxian felt that the world had become somewhat unfamiliar, and she couldn't understand it anymore. Was someone like Lin Moyu really reasonable? If Lin Moyu was called a genius, then what was she? She felt like she wasn't even an ordinary person. Looking at the groups of murderous skeletons charging forward, Gu Qingxian felt that she couldn't defeat any of them. Each skeleton could kill her. Gu Qingxian asked softly,
How strong are your skeletons?
Lin Moyu replied,
These 3 types are about the strength of 5th tier true gods. These 3 types?
Gu Qingxian was shocked.
You mean you have other types of skeletons?
Lin Moyu nodded.
There are a few more types. I'll show you when there's a chance. Oh.
Gu Qingxian looked at Lin Moyu speechlessly. She was extremely curious about Lin Moyu and really wanted to understand what kind of person he was. She just felt that Lin Moyu was full of mysteries. She didn't know that this thought was very dangerous. The two flew into the shattered star, following the footsteps of the undead army. Law beads were scattered everywhere. The strange creatures, which were not even as strong as fourth-tier true gods, couldn't stop the advance of the undead army at all. The undead army pushed forward all the way, killing towards the center of the shattered star. Lin Moyu felt the energy transmitted from within the shattered star, sensing its aura, and muttered to himself,
"So that's how it is."
Gu Qingxian was curious.
"What?"
Lin Moyu said,
"This star was shattered, but its core remained largely intact. After the Great Battle, it continuously absorbed the power from the star. Originally, this power should have been used to maintain the star, but now that the star is shattered, the power has nowhere to go. It also received the will of the star, trying to sort out the laws and restore itself. That's why it gave birth to the Law Divine Flower."
Gu Qingxian listened to Lin Moyu's words, half understanding.
"Is this all your guess?"
Lin Moyu shook his head and smiled.
"Partly analysis, partly guesswork. It might not be entirely accurate, but it shouldn't be too far off. If I'm not mistaken, this Law Divine Flower should contain multiple laws."
Lin Moyu analyzed based on the information he had read. He was no longer completely ignorant of the great world. After reading the information with fourth-level permissions, he had some understanding of the great world. Many things could be analyzed and guessed to get some answers. They might not be completely accurate, but they wouldn't be too far off. Lin Moyu was gradually understanding the operating logic of the great world. This was his favorite thing to do, to get to the bottom of everything. Not only knowing how to use it, but also knowing why to use it that way. Gu Qingxian still didn't quite understand. Her soul was not as strong as Lin Moyu's, and she couldn't sense the subtleties that Lin Moyu could. She also didn't have Lin Moyu's analytical ability, but she felt that Lin Moyu made a lot of sense. Since she didn't understand, she just listened. The battle ahead grew more intense, and the fight continued. Lin Moyu's lips curled up.
"Not only did it give birth to the Law Divine Flower, but it also gave birth to a big guy."
Gu Qingxian tilted her head, indicating she didn't understand. Her current task was to collect the law beads scattered along the way. Just on this journey, she had collected over 1,000 law beads. One of their tasks was already completed. After advancing a bit further, Gu Qingxian finally felt the big guy Lin Moyu mentioned. A massive aura came rushing towards them, blowing Gu Qingxuan's hair like a strong wind. The aura carried intense laws, filled with scorching heat, causing the temperature to rise sharply. Then Gu Qingxian saw a huge sun, like a sun hanging in the sky.
"Is this a star?"
Gu Qingxian wondered if she was seeing things. How could there be a star in the shattered star? Lin Moyu laughed.
"It's not a star, but a strange creature. Over the years, the core of the shattered star gave birth to two things. One is the Law Divine Flower, and the other is it. Because most of the power it received came from the star, it took on the appearance of a star. It also received some obsessions from the starry sky and devoured some other strange creatures, eventually becoming an even more powerful strange creature. Its birth is full of wonders. The world is truly amazing. Even at the end of death, life can be born."
At this point, Lin Moyu suddenly paused. The birth of life at the end of death was very similar to his undying law. Lin Moyu felt that his understanding of the undying law had increased again. Although it had just reached 10%, it seemed to have increased a bit more, probably reaching 11%. In the true God realm, each advancement in level required a 2% improvement in laws. He just needed to advance a bit more to reach the second tier of true gods. Gu Qingxian also sensed Lin Moyu's change, knowing that he had gained some insights, and her eyes showed envy. Such a genius was truly incomparable. Gaining insights just by walking, it was so annoying. 1038. Chapter 1038. If you have the guts, come in. If not, stop yelling. The skeletons were battling the star-like strange creature. It was very powerful. According to Lin Moyu's estimation, its combat strength had reached the 7th tier of true gods. The skeletons were not its match and could only rely on their numerical advantage to besiege it. Gu Qingxian looked around but did not see the Law Divine Flower and couldn't help but wonder.
There's no Law Divine Flower. Could you have lied? It's there.
Lin Moyu pointed at the star-like strange creature. Gu Qingxian strained her eyes and vaguely saw what seemed to be a flower inside its body. It was actually carrying the Law Divine Flower with it. No wonder it couldn't be found. Lin Moyu explained.
It and the Law Divine Flower were born from the same core, sharing the same origin. So, carrying the Law Divine Flower makes it even stronger.
At this moment, the strange creature exploded, releasing countless flames. The skeletons surrounding it were simultaneously engulfed in flames, quickly burning to ashes. This attack alone burned at least half of the skeletons to death. Gu Qingxian couldn't help but exclaim,
So many of your skeletons were burned to death.
Lin Moyu was not worried at all.
It's fine. They won't die easily.
As he spoke, the skeletons that had just been burned to death stood up again, completely intact, and rejoined the battle. With the passive skill Undying Spirit, killing the skeletons was not that easy. Lin Moyu had no interest in entangling with it further. He lightly pointed his finger, and a gust of cold wind blew. Gu Qingxian immediately heard dozens of loud dragon roars. Then she saw dozens of massive bone dragons flying out, with a white bone knight on each dragon. The Death Dragon Knights charged into the battle. They were enveloped in the gray-white Undying Law and burning with undying flames, looking extremely formidable. Since spells could now bear laws, their power had increased dramatically. The Death Dragon Knights had the combat strength of 7th-tier true gods, even surpassing ordinary 7th-tier true gods. Lin Moyu did not use the skeleton god generals. The Death Dragon Knights were enough. Dragon breath sprayed out, instantly covering the starry sky. The light of the star-like strange creature was obscured by the dragon breath. The breath, carrying the undying law, clung to it like maggots on a bone, corroding it. The Death Dragon Knights swooped down, swinging their long swords at the strange creature, while the bone dragons opened their mouths and tore off chunks of its body. The strange creature had no flesh and blood. What was torn off were laws. Under the siege of the Death Dragon Knights, the star-like strange creature was quickly killed. As it died, the Law Divine Flower was revealed, emitting a strange aura. This aura spread throughout the entire star system at a speed faster than light. Lin Moyu and Gu Qingxian were not the only ones in the star system. This aura immediately attracted others' attention. Gu Qingxian whispered,
This might attract others.
Lin Moyu was unconcerned.
It's fine. They can't get in.
With a thought, a large undead army rushed out, quickly surrounding the shattered star, preventing anyone from entering. The Law Divine Flower glowed, reassembling the body of the star-like strange creature. With a flash of light, the star-like strange creature quickly resurrected, once again enveloping the Law Divine Flower.
Lin Moyu sighed.
Why bother? You have no chance. Better to die early and reincarnate, suffer less.
Gu Qingxian couldn't help but laugh. She didn't expect Lin Moyu to have such a humorous side. Under the siege of the Death Dragon Knights, the newly resurrected star-like strange creature was torn to pieces again. Over and over, it died and resurrected and died. If it had any intelligence, it would have gone mad by now. Because of the Law Divine Flower, its weakening speed was much slower than other strange creatures. But it was still weakening, getting weaker and dying faster each time. Finally, after the 16th death, it could no longer resurrect. All the light dissipated, and the Law Divine Flower finally revealed its true form. 5 petals, spirally blooming, forming a divine flower. Each petal was a different color, representing a different law. Lin Moyu cast a detection spell on the Law Divine Flower. Law Divine Flower, a pure aggregation of laws, naturally formed, extremely rare, can be used to comprehend laws, refine artifacts, make pills, and enhance cultivation. Asterisk asterisk. The law divine flower was a divine object with immense value. Each petal was a manifestation of a law, incredibly pure. Over countless years, the core of the shattered star had absorbed the power of the star, sorted out some of the chaotic laws in the star system, and finally nurtured this law divine flower. Lin Moyu could feel that each petal of the law divine flower had reached the 7th tier of true gods. Gu Qingxuan's eyes widened in amazement.
So this is the law divine flower. I've heard my master talk about it. The law divine flower is a rare divine object. If you directly consume its petals, you can comprehend the corresponding laws. If the laws match your own, it can enhance your cultivation, deepen your understanding of the laws, and even improve your soul cultivation. This law divine flower contains the laws of fire, water, wind, light, and starlight.
As a disciple of a divine sovereign, Gu Qingxian quickly recognized these laws. She murmured,
"This law divine flower is worth a lot of money. What are you going to do with it?"
Lin Moyu looked at Gu Qingxian.
"Do you want it?"
Gu Qingxian shook her head.
"I don't comprehend these laws, so it's useless to me. Besides, you obtained it, it's yours. I don't want it."
Lin Moyu said,
"Then I won't be polite. This thing is useful to me."
Gu Qingxian was very generous.
"No need to be polite. I've already benefited greatly from you."
She was referring to this task. She was able to complete it so easily, all thanks to Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu had already thought of a use for the law divine flower and didn't hesitate to take it. The law divine flower resisted, glowing and emitting the power of laws. But Lin Moyu completely ignored its resistance and grabbed it. Even after being grabbed, it didn't give up, continuing to tremble. In the starry sky, a huge projection of the divine flower appeared. The aura emitted by the law divine flower had already attracted many people's attention, and some were already on their way. Seeing the projection of the law divine flower, they were shocked and shouted,
"It's the law divine flower! Heavens, a law divine flower appeared here. Hurry! The law divine flower is a heavenly treasure, far more precious than ordinary treasures. 5 petals, 5 laws. This divine flower's value is immeasurable."
A group of people rushed towards the shattered star, all extremely excited. But when they arrived, they saw the well-organized, battle-ready undead army. The undead army exuded a murderous aura, blocking their way. If they dared to approach, the undead army would not hesitate to attack. Each skeleton in the undead army emitted the aura of a 5th-tier true god, while the people who came were only at the 4th or 5th tier of true gods. 100 people facing an army of 100,000 undead had no chance. They saw Lin Moyu through the starry sky, holding the law divine flower. Lin Moyu's level was only that of a 1st-tier true god.
"Kid, put down the divine flower. The divine flower is not something you can have. Put it down quickly. A mere 1st or true god, what right do you have to get the divine flower? Put it down now."
Voices echoed in the starry sky. Lin Moyu coldly snorted.
"If you have the guts, come in. If not, stop yelling."
1039, 1039. Chapter 1039. Anyone else want to try? Lin Moyu's words once again aroused the dissatisfaction of the crowd, who began to shout angrily.
"Kid, how dare you? Brat, don't think you can bluff just because you have these skeletons. You're just a 1st or true god. How dare you be so arrogant? You've got guts."
At this moment, Lin Moyu was holding the law divine flower, and his soul power surged, suppressing the law divine flower and erasing its resistance. At the same time, he split a part of his mind, his gaze cold and sweeping over the people outside the shattered star like thunder.
"You can try to come in, but think about the consequences. According to the rules of the human race, your cultivation levels are higher than mine. If you attack me, I can retaliate without limit."
Lin Moyu's words made everyone's hearts tremble. his voice full of killing intent. The implication was clear. You can come in, but be prepared to face the consequences. Lin Moyu's strong stance made those who were eager to try hesitate again. There were rules among the human race that prohibited attacking one's own people, especially those with higher cultivation levels attacking those with lower levels. Once an attack was made, the lower-level person could retaliate without limit. Such incidents had happened many times in the history of the human race. There were indeed high-level cultivators who were counterattacked and ended up dead. Now, those outside were in a dilemma, unable to advance or retreat. Seeing the law divine flower gradually being suppressed by Lin Moyu, such a precious treasure was about to slip away, making them anxious. Gu Qingshuan's eyes sparkled with amusement. She didn't expect Lin Moyu to have such a strong side. Usually, Lin Moyu gave her the impression of being gentle and polite. This was very different from his current demeanor. This made Gu Qingxian even more curious about what kind of person Lin Moyu really was. That feeling of wanting to find out was like a little cat scratching at her heart. Seeing the resistance of the law divine flower growing weaker and its projection in the starry sky fading, Lin Moyu's refining was nearing completion. Finally, someone couldn't hold back. A fourth-tier true god cultivator suddenly charged forward. A law domain unfolded, and countless golden boulders appeared within it, surrounding him. He was like a meteor shower, charging straight at Lin Moyu.
Golden Stone Law.
Gu Qingxian immediately recognized the law and said,
It's a variant of the Stone Law, with extremely strong defense.
Lin Moyu smiled.
No problem.
In the starry sky, everyone was watching. They all knew the Golden Stone Law had strong defense and wanted to see how Lin Moyu would respond. If these skeletons were just for show, they wouldn't hesitate to attack. The Golden Stone Law domain, like a meteor from the sky, collided with the skeletons. Several skeletons were knocked back. According to the rules of the Human Emperor Network, he had already made the first move. Immediately, he faced a storm-like counterattack from the skeletons. The giant axe in the hands of the skeleton god warriors lit up, slashing out waves of law power, crashing into his law domain. The skeleton god mages also launched attacks, exploding on the law domain. The Golden Stone Law domain, known for its defense, instantly shattered. The skeleton god archers shot soul arrows, attacking his soul. A scream echoed. His law domain collapsed instantly, and his soul was attacked, causing him immense pain. A jade pendant on his body shattered, and he instantly appeared 1,000 miles away in the starry sky. His eyes were filled with fear. He didn't expect the skeleton's attacks to be so powerful. If not for the jade pendant teleporting him 1,000 miles away, he would have died. The crowd was astonished, realizing the skeletons were indeed very strong. Some were relieved they hadn't attacked. Lin Moyu snorted coldly, his gaze filled with disdain as he slowly scanned the crowd.
Anyone else want to try?
Lin Moyu's aura surged with his words, rolling through the starry sky. His stance was clearly provocative. A mere first-tier true god was looking down on a group of fourth-tier and even fifth-tier true gods. One had to admit he was very bold. Gu Qingshuan's eyes sparkled. She sensed confidence from Lin Moyu, confidence that came from strength. She knew how strong Lin Moyu was. His actual combat power definitely exceeded the seventh tier of true gods. Even if the people outside joined forces, they wouldn't be a match for Lin Moyu. The people surrounding the shattered star clearly felt Lin Moyu's disdain. They were very angry but couldn't do anything to Lin Moyu. With precedence, they knew they couldn't get through. The skeletons were very strong, and there were many of them. They were no match.
This kid is really arrogant. Where does he get his confidence? Just from these skeletons? Could his identity be extraordinary? Otherwise, how could he have so many puppets? 100,000 puppets, each at the 5th tier of true gods, like an army. I can't imagine his identity.
They mistook the undead army for puppets, not realizing it was Lin Moyu's spell. In the great world, many families specialized in making puppets. Not to mention true god-level puppets, even god-king-level puppets existed. But such a large number of true god-level puppets was beyond their imagination. Lin Moyu knew these people wouldn't dare to come, so he ignored them. At this moment, the refining of the law divine flower reached its final step. He let out a light shout, and his soul body opened its eyes, shooting out a beam of light containing immense soul power, landing on the law divine flower. The projection of the law divine flower in the starry sky shattered like a bubble, and Lin Moyu successfully refined it. The law divine flower was now his. The crowd was very disappointed, sighing,
"Let's go. The law divine flower has an owner now."
The human race had rules. Once a treasure had an owner, it couldn't be taken by force. When it was ownerless, everyone could compete for it. Once it had an owner, it couldn't be contested. As for killing and robbing, unless one could avoid the human emperor network surveillance, or like GU did before using external forces. But such opportunities were rare. The crowd dispersed, and the starry sky returned to silence. Lin Moyu did not withdraw the undead army, still having them guard the shattered star. For him, the matter was not over. Gu Qingxian asked,
"Are you going to sell the law divine flower or comprehend it yourself?"
Lin Moyu said softly,
"It has other uses for me."
Lin Moyu reached out and plucked a petal, a fiery red petal that looked like a blazing flame. On the petal, clusters of firelight danced, each representing a different aspect of the fire law. It was the manifestation of the fire law, containing its mysteries. One could use their soul to sense it and comprehend the fire law, or someone who already mastered the fire law could directly consume it to enhance their law. It could also be integrated into artifacts or pills. But for Lin Moyu, he had a better use for it. Beside him, flames flickered, and a fire lich appeared. Since entering the great world, the other liches besides the undying lich had been sidelined. They were too weak and no longer qualified to appear. But Lin Moyu knew the spells were not weak. They just lacked the right materials. Now he had the materials. 1040. Chapter 1040. Elemental Lich reappears, Law Aura. Lin Moyu checked the attributes of the Flame Lich. Stern Stern Flamlich Stern Stern. Grade low. Growth limit, Super God Tier 1. When he summoned it, he used the blood of the fire god from the small world, which was of too low a grade. This growth limit was only Super God Tier 1. At this level, it was not worth mentioning in the great world. This is why it had never appeared again. In any battle in the great world, its presence or absence made no difference. Lin Moyu waved his hand, and the flame lich slowly dissipated, completely disappearing without a trace. Then Lin Moyu cast a spell again, using the Law Divine Flower and the Flame Petal as materials to summon an elemental lich. The flame petal flew out of Lin Moyu's hand, burning fiercely in midair, and then transformed into a 10-meter-tall flame giant. The flame giant appeared and respectfully knelt before Lin Moyu, motionless. A vast aura surged forth, exuding the aura of an 8th-tier true god. Lin Moyu also sensed the pure and unparalleled flame law from it. Flame Law Lich. Grade high. Growth limit, none. Flame Law Aura. The aura will cover all members of the undead army, and each attack will carry the power of the Flame Law, burning all enemies with the Flame Law. As Lin Moyu had guessed, the growth limit had disappeared. The reason why the Law Divine Flower is called a divine flower is that its growth has no limit. As long as there are enough years and suitable energy, its laws can even evolve from 3rd-tier laws to 2nd-tier laws, and even 1st-tier laws are possible. Using it as a material, the summoned elemental lich also perfectly inherited this characteristic. Can grow, becoming stronger and stronger, with almost no limit. This is the kind of summoned creature Lin Moyu wanted. He had seen many materials of Super God Tier and True God Tier, many of which could be used to summon elemental liches. But Lin Moyu didn't fancy any of them. He didn't want to replace them repeatedly. Until he saw the Law Divine Flower, Lin Moyu knew the opportunity had come. Gu Qingxuan's eyes widened.
"Is this also your summoned creature?" "Yes."
Lin Moyu admitted openly, there was nothing to hide. Gu Qingxian murmured.
Using the law divine flower as a material, how extravagant.
In her eyes, this flame petal could be sold for many, many points. And Lin Moyu already had so many summon creatures. Adding one more didn't seem to make much difference. Lin Moyu didn't explain. Outsiders wouldn't understand the role of the elemental lich. Then Lin Moyu repeated the process, continuing to use the petals of the law divine flower to summon liches. Heavy water law lich, storm law lich, light law lich, starlight law lich appeared one after another. One by one, elemental liches appeared before Lin Moyu, prostrating themselves on the ground, extremely devout. Each elemental lich possessed different laws and different auras. When the skeleton's feet appeared, one dazzling aura after another, the starry sky was completely lit up. The skeletons turned into a sky full of stars, extremely dazzling. Heavy water law aura. The aura will cover all members of the undead army, and each attack will carry the power of the heavy water law, affecting all enemies with the heavy water law. The heavy water law is a variant of the water element law. It can make people feel the weight of water. Under the influence of the heavy water law, the whole body will feel significantly heavier, movements will slow down, and even thoughts will become sluggish. Although it has no attack power, it is a very powerful weakening law. Compared to the most common flame law, the heavy water law is stronger and has been classified as a second-tier law. Storm law aura. The aura will cover all members of the undead army, and each attack will carry the power of the storm law, tearing all enemies with the storm law. The storm law is also a variant of the wind law and has also entered the ranks of second-tier laws. Its attack power is not very strong, but it also has a peculiar weakening effect. Being hit by the storm law will place one in a storm, losing direction. Moreover, one will be torn by forces from all directions, and if the body is not strong, it may even be torn to pieces. Light speed law aura. The aura will cover all members of the undead army, greatly increasing the speed of the entire undead army. The aura greatly increases the speed of the undead army, reaching 1/10 the speed of light, 30,000 kilometers per second. In battle, this level is already extremely terrifying, faster than strange creatures. In the eyes of true gods, this level is like teleportation. Starlight law aura. The aura will cover all members of the undead army, and each attack will carry the power of the starlight law, attacking all enemies with the starlight law. In the great world, starlight is everywhere, and the starlight law is one of the most comprehended laws in the great world. The starlight law can mobilize the power of stars for attacks, and its greatest feature is continuous attacks, unending. At the same time, the starlight law can also replenish its own consumption, making it a powerful law for sustained combat. Similarly, the starlight law is classified as a second-tier law, but it ranks lower among second-tier laws. Now, applied to the undead army, each attack of the undead army will mobilize the power of the starlight law, forming starlight arrows. In other words, it adds another means of attack. Lin Moyu now had 5 usable elemental liches, and next, he would test their true strength. With a thought, the undead army moved in units of thousands, killing towards various corners of the star system. Lin Moyu had said he would clear the entire star system, and he wasn't just saying it. Under the feet of all the skeletons, 5 auras appeared, colorful and dazzling. In the dark star system, starlight dots were extremely beautiful. These starlights flew towards various corners of the star system, and the skeletons flew extremely fast. With the blessing of the light speed law aura, their flying speed reached 30,000 kilometers per second. Within the star system, this speed allowed them to quickly reach their destinations. Soon they encountered strange creatures, and the skeletons began to attack, launching powerful assaults. Flames burned, storms howled, and countless starlight arrows shot from all directions. The strange creatures were almost instantly torn to pieces. The role of the liches was so magical that even at a distance of billions of kilometers, the liches' law auras could still affect the undead army. Lin Moyu was very satisfied with the effect of the law auras, and his mood became very good, with a faint smile on his lips. The law auras reappeared, and the liches once again demonstrated their power. With the addition of the auras, the combat power of the undead army increased significantly. Gu Qingxian saw Lin Moyu very happy and didn't know why, but seeing Lin Moyu happy, her mood also improved a lot.
Your summoned creatures are amazing.
Gu Qingxian said softly. Lin Moyu smiled slightly.
Indeed, they are quite good.
Gu Qingxian asked.
So what will you do with this thing?
Gu Qingxian was referring to the remaining branch of the Law Divine Flower in Lin Moyu's hand. The petals of the Law Divine Flower had been plucked, leaving only a bare branch. 1041 Chapter 1041. Sweeping the star system, reporting Lin Moyu. The remaining branch of the Law Divine Flower was bare, seemingly devoid of any laws, looking just like an ordinary branch. But Lin Moyu felt it was not that simple. It could bear the Law Divine Flower and provide the necessary laws for different law petals to grow. How could the branch be an ordinary object? He definitely wouldn't throw it away, but for now he couldn't think of any use for it. In the materials he had read, only the uses of the Law Divine Flower were mentioned, but nothing about the branch.
Do you know what it's for?
Lin Moyu asked Gu Qingxian. As a disciple of a divine sovereign, her knowledge and learning were far richer than his. Perhaps she would know. Gu Qingxian said,
The Law Divine Flower is very rare. My master once mentioned it, saying that the most useless part of the entire Law Divine Flower is the branch. It has no laws itself and cannot be used for secondary nurturing. Even if used for artifact refining or alchemy, it has no effect.
The answer from Gu Qingxian left Lin Moyu somewhat disappointed. Even a divine sovereign didn't know its use. There was indeed no trace of law aura on it.
Lin Moyu said.
It can only be said that the world is full of wonders.
In the great world, all kinds of miraculous things exist. As the saying goes, existence is reasonable. If you can't figure it out, don't think too much. Just as he was about to put the branch away, a star in his soul world suddenly trembled. Lin Moyu's soul looked at the infinite fusion star. This star was entwined with the chaos law, emitting a hazy light. Previously, when advancing to a true god and resisting the curse of the great world runes, it played a huge role, almost absorbing all the power of the curse. It also made Lin Moyu understand that besides fusing various law spells, it could also absorb various powers, even the curse power of the great world runes. The chaos law is known as the most mysterious law, only appearing in legends, never seen in reality. Its existence has its own reason. Now it was trembling slightly, seemingly indicating that it wanted the branch of the Law Divine Flower. Lin Moyu immediately put the branch into his soul world and placed it in front of the chaos law. The chaos law trembled slightly, enveloped the branch, and then absorbed it, disappearing without a trace. After absorbing the branch of the Law Divine Flower, the chaos law became more intense, seemingly clearer than before. Lin Moyu's eyes lit up. If he could find more similar things, could he also make the chaos law manifest? This way, he would have the opportunity to comprehend this mysterious law. He might even become the first person in the great world to truly master the chaos law. Lin Moyu felt a slight excitement in his heart, but remained calm on the surface, not showing it. Gu Qingxian asked,
What do we do next? Follow the original plan and sweep the entire star system.
Lin Moyu answered without hesitation. If Lin Moyu had said this before, Gu Qingxian might have doubted it. But now, she was completely convinced that Lin Moyu could do it. The extra reward for this mission would definitely be obtained. Gu Qingxian thought for a moment and said,
Let's agree in advance. If we get the extra reward this time, it's all yours. I don't want any of it.
Lin Moyu gave Gu Qingxian a strange look.
Aren't you going to the Divine City? If you can get extra rewards in the mission, it should help you enter the Divine City, right?
Gu Qingxian shook her head.
I want to enter the Divine City by my own strength, not by relying on others' help. I understand.
Lin Moyu completely understood Gu Qingxuan's thoughts. She was a woman with a strong sense of self-respect and didn't like accepting help from others. She wanted to rely on herself for everything, much like Mo Yun in the past. not relying on her family, upgrading and exploring on her own. If Gu Qingxian wanted to rely on someone, her master would be the best support, able to help her more or less. The two left the Shattered Star and quickly caught up with the undead army. The undead army was now organized into units of 1,000, with 100 teams scattered throughout the star system, clearing out strange creatures. No matter where the strange creatures hid, they couldn't escape the skeleton search, being found one by one and quickly killed. The skeletons were mainly clearing out the strange creatures in the asteroid belt, then moving inward in a surrounding formation. The star system was vast, and the asteroid belt surrounding it was equally enormous. Although 100,000 skeletons seemed like a lot, once they entered the asteroid belt, they were like stones sinking into a swamp, making no waves. Lin Moyu estimated that just clearing the asteroid belt would take at least 30 days. Adding the time to clear the star system, 100 days might not be enough. Immediately, Lin Moyu released another 200,000 undead army, making it 300,000 undead army starting the sweep together, speeding up several times. Gu Qingxian was stunned.
How do you have so many more?
Lin Moyu smiled slightly and didn't answer. A mere 300,000, not even a tenth. With a point of his finger, the undying world descended with a roar. The million-meter eye of the undead bloomed again in the starry sky, its gaze falling on the asteroid belt, launching a soul attack. Lin Moyu's participation once again increased the cleaning speed. The strange creature's weakness was their souls. In this cleaning, the skeleton soul archers played the biggest role. They could directly attack the soul, preventing the strange creatures from reviving, greatly improving efficiency. Originally, there were some cultivators in the asteroid belt who had taken on tasks and were fighting the strange creatures. But the undead army suddenly charged in, quickly clearing out the strange creatures and passing by them. The skeletons didn't even take the dropped law beads, focusing only on killing the enemy, not picking up the spoils. Lin Moyu arranged for other skeletons to follow behind, collecting the law beads. In just 10 days, all the strange creatures in the asteroid belt were cleared out. Gu Qingxian really became rich, holding at least 50,000 law beads in her hands. Besides completing the task, the rest could be sold for money. Each law bead was worth at least 10 points. Gu Qingxian now held over 500,000 points, even feeling a bit overwhelmed. She didn't expect there to be so many strange creatures in the asteroid belt. After clearing the asteroid belt, the undead army began advancing towards the interior of the star system. The interior of the star system also had many shattered stars, and the undead army didn't miss a single one, clearing them all. Wherever they passed, nothing was left alive. A group of cultivators gathered again. They were all on missions here, but now the strange creatures were all taken by the undead army, and they couldn't get any law beads. Their tasks were forcibly interrupted. They gathered together, each with a look of astonishment, looking towards the direction of Lin Moyu and Gu Qingxian.
What is he trying to do? It looks like he's trying to clear the entire star system. This guy is crazy. How can that be possible? It wouldn't be possible for anyone else, but for him, it's hard to say.
They had experienced the strength of the undead army. The strange creatures were like tofu, being chopped and killed, unable to stop the undead army's advance. These cultivators knew that if it were them, they wouldn't be able to stop the undead army either. With so many undead army moving together, they might really be able to sweep the entire star system. But they thought of another problem.
Using puppets for tasks, isn't that against the rules?
Someone's eyes lit up.
I think it is against the rules. Let's report to the Human Emperor Network and make this guy suffer.
1042. Chapter 1042. Not just entering the divine city, but also the human race's divine path. Because of the Law Divine Flower incident, many people still harbored resentment towards Lin Moyu. At that time, Lin Moyu was extremely strong, but because he was outnumbered, they had to swallow their anger. Now, Lin Moyu was using puppets to complete tasks which was clearly against the rules. One by one, they connected to the Human Emperor Network to report him. The Human Emperor Network indeed had this function. But soon they were dumbfounded. The Human Emperor Network told them that Lin Moyu did not violate any rules.
Did not violate the rules. The Human Emperor Network means that these skeletons are not puppets? If they are not puppets, then are they his spells? I don't believe it. I don't believe it either. We've seen summoning spells before, at most summoning dozens or hundreds. How can there be so many? Moreover, summoning spells generally cannot summon things stronger than oneself. Could it be some kind of treasure?
In the starry sky, a group of people stared at each other, completely unable to understand what method Lin Moyu had used. On the other side, Gu Qingxian laughed softly.
Junior brother Lin, those people really hate you now. Hate without being able to do anything about it is the sentiment of the weak.
Lin Moyu said lightly. Gu Qingxuan's eyes sparkled.
Junior brother Lin, have you never hated anyone?
Lin Moyu shook his head.
What I had was not hate, but enmity. But now it's gone, as all my enemies have been eliminated.
Lin Moyu was referring to the demons in the small world. He never hated them, only saw them as enemies. Hate without being able to do anything about it is a meaningless emotion that only burns one's mind over time. Lin Moyu simply harbored enmity and killed his enemies whenever he had the chance. And he truly did it. Gu Qingxian sighed softly.
It seems that junior brother Lin's small world was not peaceful either. Many small worlds are like this, with constant strife. So those who can emerge from the small world are mostly geniuses.
Lin Moyu said,
The great world is too gentle. The Human Emperor Network protects the human race, but it also imposes many restrictions.
Gu Qingxian naturally understood this principle. She knew far more about the Human Emperor Network and the operation rules of the human race than Lin Moyu did.
My master once said that the existence of the Human Emperor Network has both advantages and disadvantages. It is good for the weak, but not necessarily for the strong. That's why the Divine City exists. It is said that the competition in the central Divine City is much fiercer, and strong individuals emerge more suddenly.
In Gu Qingxuan's words, there was a hint of longing for the Divine City. She had always been striving to enter the Divine City. Lin Moyu only knew that the Divine City was a holy place for the human race. Any human cultivator with ambition wanted to enter the Divine City. But the level of the Divine City was too high for Lin Moyu to reach. Lin Moyu looked at Gu Qingxian.
It is said that to enter the Divine City, one must complete certain tasks. Only by passing a series of task assessments can one enter the Divine City, right?
Gu Qingxian smiled and looked at Lin Moyu, feeling that his eyes were as bright as the stars, very attractive. Her face blushed slightly, and she turned her head to look elsewhere.
Junior brother Lin, when you had third-level permissions, you should have received a chain task, right?
Lin Moyu nodded.
I need to complete 10 tasks, and I've already completed 8.
Gu Qingxian said,
Actually, this task is the task to enter the Divine City. Completing 10 tasks is the first step. After completing 10 tasks, there will be a comprehensive assessment based on the completion of the tasks. Depending on the assessment, you will continue to perform the subsequent tasks. When all the tasks are completed, you can enter the Divine City. This is a long task, with a total of 9 steps. However, it is said that those with excellent assessments can skip several steps.
Lin Moyu pondered Gu Qingxuan's words.
It doesn't seem very difficult.
Gu Qingxian couldn't help but laugh.
Junior brother Lin, don't say that to others. This task is very difficult, and most people are forced to stop halfway. Those who are forced to stop halfway are considered eliminated and are not qualified to enter the Divine City.
The Divine City is not easy to enter. Most people do not qualify. Lin Moyu asked.
Senior sister, how far have you progressed?
Gu Qingxian said.
I have reached the 7th step. 2 more steps, and I will complete the entire task and enter the Divine City.
Gu Qingxian was obviously confident about entering the Divine City. Her previous task completions were evidently good. Lin Moyu congratulated her.
Then let me congratulate senior sister in advance.
Gu Qingxian smiled brightly.
Actually, I should thank you. My fifth step task was to bring someone from the small world. Your performance was excellent, which improved my task assessment. I think entering the Divine City should not be a problem for me.
Gu Qingxian was in a very good mood, seeing her dream about to come true. There are 3 ways to enter the Divine City. The most common is to complete the chain tasks. The chain tasks are given to everyone. As long as they can successfully complete the 9 steps, they can qualify to enter the Divine City. However, most people cannot complete the 9 steps and are disqualified halfway. Another way is to join the army. By earning enough military merits, one can also get a ticket to the Divine City. The last way is through the Temple of War. As long as one can become a formal member of the Temple of War, they qualify to enter the Divine City. Among the 3 methods, the first one seems the most complicated but is actually the simplest and safest. The second method requires going to the battlefield, which is much more dangerous. The third method is the most difficult. The requirements of the Temple of War are very high, and ordinary people cannot enter. Gu Qingxian suddenly asked,
Junior brother Lin, you also plan to go to the Divine City in the future, right? Of course, I want to go to the Divine City. I also want to see the human race's divine path.
Lin Moyu said firmly. He not only wanted to go to the Divine City but also to step onto the human race's divine path. Gu Qingxian said softly,
The human race's divine path is too difficult. It is said that no one has been able to step on it for thousands of years. Junior brother Lin's ambition is really great.
Lin Moyu smiled slightly.
People should always have dreams.
Lin Moyu had dreams. He wanted to become an invincible strongman and change his wife's fate against the heavens. Thinking of his wife still sleeping in the coffin, Lin Moyu felt a sense of urgency. Gu Qingxian waved her fist.
I believe junior brother Lin can definitely do it.
Lin Moyu smiled but said nothing, his eyes full of confidence. Gu Qingxian found that she really liked seeing Lin Moyu's confident look, which made her a little fascinated. The undead army steadily advanced, not missing a single corner of the star system. Strange creatures were continuously killed. Whether they were 4th tier or 5th tier true gods, they could not stop the undead army. 20 days later, the undead army finally advanced to the core area of the star system. In a star system starting from 10 million kilometers away from the star, it is considered the core area of the star system. In this range, the influence of the star's power becomes increasingly significant. With the star at the center, a spherical area with a radius of 10 million kilometers is formed, where the number of strange creatures increases significantly. In this area, multiple strange creatures often attack simultaneously. The danger increases, and the number of cultivators correspondingly decreases. But for the undead army, this is not a problem. The undead army still advances with unstoppable momentum, killing their way in. 1043.